Welcome to the Beyond the Vines podcast, where I interview local business owners in Sonoma County to highlight small business and grow our community. I'm your host, Amy Ehlers, a mom, realtor, and Sonoma County native, and I'm excited to connect you to some amazing people in this beautiful area that we call home. Welcome back to the Beyond the Vines podcast. Thank you again for listening. I have a really fun episode just as we're kind of entering into that spring weather, although we had it, now it's kind of gone, but it's coming back as we enter into spring and summer. I'm here today with Stacy Templeton Kaplan. She is the owner of Bella. If you have not checked out her shops, you need to go. Everyone is talking about her shops. She's got multiple locations. I specifically have been shopping at the one in Petaluma. The top I'm wearing today, if you're watching on YouTube, is actually from Bella, and I'm really excited to have her in because I know for me, I love a good style wardrobe, especially when the seasons are shifting. And so I think it's a really good time to have her in. So let me tell you a little bit more about Stacy. Stacy started her retail career at 21, working in a consignment shop in San Anselmo, which is her hometown. She learned about buying, women's fashion preferences, and went on to open her own boutique in 1996 after completing a degree in fashion merchandising at SFSU. She has grown a strong brand that is very well known in Marin and now forging her way into Sonoma County at the East Washington Place near Target, and that is my main location that I shop at. So with that, I welcome Stacy.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming in today.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here.
It's funny, you walk in and we're all modeling our clothes that we have bought from
Love
your
it.
shop. Because we're all there. And it's funny when we go to like our broker tours for realtors, a lot of us are like all wearing things from your shop as well.
I love
it's really
hearing
fun.
that so
Yes.
much. Thank
So
you.
cute. I got a compliment on my bag yesterday from a title officer and I was like, it's from Bella.
Oh,
like so fun.
great.
Yeah. So can you take us back to the beginning? What inspired you to open Bella?
Well, like I'd said, you said, I started working in San Anselmo in a little boutique. And from the day I started working there, I just realized that this is something I really love. It just really suited me. And I know a lot of people might look at a small boutique and walk in and think, oh, there's somebody behind the counter and there's really not much to the job, but there actually is. I was able to merchandise. I was able to actually take items in that I thought would be good for reselling. There were some certain new things that we bought, but I wasn't so much a part of that. And I got to know what women really liked, and it's very consistent, and it has been for years. Amazing. There's just certain things. Our women's bodies are shaped very similarly in lots of ways. We like similar things. And so unless there's a style difference, which I'll get into that a little bit, or I'm sure you'll ask me questions about it. I have just learned over the years just what women love, and I love it. And so that made me want to open my own store 10 years after I started in that boutique. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing. I love
Thank
hearing
you.
like the reason behind it
Yeah.
as well. I definitely know from being at the store too, there's a lot of passion that you have behind
100%.
women's fashion. You can feel it.
And also looking for women that also feel passionate about just helping others.
Yes.
It's not just about the fashion. It's about hospitality and customer service and really making a shiny place for people to come and just feel seen and feel appreciated and feel like a love.
Yeah.
Like a love that we love what we do, but we also love the customer and we really want to take care of them.
Well, and jumping around a little bit, that kind of speaks to why the service you provide is so important, because obviously online shopping is a big thing right now, but you're not going to get that going on a .com. You know, you need to be walking in. Your staff, when I've been in and been like, oh, I don't know what to wear with this, they've helped style me or, you know, that sort of thing. And I think that's the difference that a lot of women are probably feeling is missing in their shopping experience.
Well, one thing I'd have to say, and I'm sure everybody would probably nod to this or say yes, is that a lot of women don't give themselves a lot of time to shop.
Totally.
So a lot of our customers, they're coming in and they only have maybe 15 or 20 minutes.
Yep.
And that even might sound like a lot of time for somebody who's like, I have no time. Either I have young kids or it's just finding the time. And one thing I realized recently is that people are on tracks. You know when you like, I'm going to go to this mall, but I'm only going to go to Target and Ulta or
definitely,
you know, Bella and Sprouts. You know, and to get people off that track, it takes time. And that's why one of the reasons why I really wanted to talk to you is to share what is so great about Bella, which is one of my little taglines. There are a lot of cool things about Bella.
Yeah, definitely.
And if I can get people off their track when they go to Petaluma shopping, especially if they go to East Washington Place, that they're going to start to look for Bella.
Yeah.
And get off that track and like do a detour.
It's very true. Very true. My kids like to go after we've gone to Yogurtland, so that's our track.
Yay, I love it.
Because I've got teens and they like to shop there too.
Awesome.
Well, I should say preteens. I don't want to age them too much. How would you describe Bella's overall vibe or style for someone that hasn't been inside?
We're definitely casual. We're not into super dressy clothes. I mean, we do have things you can wear to a wedding, but we also do sell mainly, you know, I'm a jeans and top or sweater gal mainly, but we do sell dresses and we have lots of accessories, and it's really about everyday. We're not into sweat clothes so much. I mean, we have rocker tees and T-shirts and things, but mainly I feel like if you were to come into Bella, you're really going to be looking at a lot of pretty tops or in the winter, a lot of pretty sweaters and lots of good jeans and accessories and lots of jewelry. So it's mainly clothing and jewelry. Those are our two huge categories. And I would love to talk about jewelry because that's a huge, huge category that we sell and we display in a very unique way. So if you haven't been to Bella, our jewelry is all out on the table and on shelves, and it is touchable for a reason. You can try all different kinds of pieces on. Where do you find that? Where do you see that? And I know a lot of times it's just under a case, but not at Bella. And we sell a lot of jewelry and we gift wrap.
I love that. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I've noticed you have a cute section because I've thought to myself, and I think I even said it to Cara, there's like that cute birthday candle section that you have. I'm like, how easy to just pop in, you know, especially when you're running errands at Target or whatnot. Pop in, grab some cute earrings, and grab that candle and your birthday gift for somebody's done. You know, like you
we're all
make it very
about
easy.
We actually are really well known for gifts because we gift wrap too. I mean, we're kind of start to finish. You come in, you can find a $50 gift or even a $20 gift, and we sell $5 bracelets. Like we have like sort of the gamut of prices, but we're still, I would say, mostly a medium price point store. We're not Target prices, but we're not hundreds of dollars for a top. You know, that kind of thing. So. Yeah, I mean, we're very approachable. Yeah. And we will really, I feel like any woman could come into Bella and find something they like.
Definitely.
I don't care what size you are, what age you are. Yeah, what style you are.
Definitely. Definitely.
Thank you.
That's amazing. So what's your approach when curating pieces for the store? Is it more trend-driven, timeless, a mix of it?
Definitely a mix. And I want to say that part of my success has been that over 30 years of having my own business, 29 this year exactly, I have I've come to realize that there are so many women out there that just like the same thing that a lot of other women like. So we try to keep those in as our bread and butter items. Yeah. So if you see something over and over again in the same color or the same style, it's because that keeps selling. There is not anything in my store that has been sitting around for a year or is just not selling. It's just, it's everything in my store pretty much sells. And we don't do a whole lot of sale because we don't need to. And the way I look at it is if I can't sell something at full price, it shouldn't be in my store.
Right.
Because I want the person if it's selling at full price, that means it has value to that customer and to that woman. Yeah. And so we have so many brands. If you come into the store, you should always, if you have never been in, ask what are the best sellers, because
I love that.
Our best sellers are just pretty much always going to be in stock year round. And and gosh, I have brands I've been selling, one belt brand for 25 years. That's amazing. Selling it made in Oklahoma. Like you would want to support this family. It's a husband and wife team. Wow. I could tell you a lot of stories. So much of the jewelry made by a woman designer in America or she has a team and that it's made in another country, but you're supporting me, the designer, and her team in another country. They're almost all women. Fantastic and well priced. Yeah. And real stones, and we gift wrap. I just could check so many boxes for so much of what we do. It's very intentional. It's been built over time. You know, we have a really strong brand. It's just that there's so many people in Sonoma County that don't know it. And we're really well known in Marin because we've been there so long and we have 3 locations there. So,
well, I think you're definitely making a name for yourself, probably for all those reasons. It feels like you have like a loyal customer base already beginning in Petaluma.
So true.
Yeah. Wonderful. That's amazing. So what was your very first boutique like and how has the brand evolved since then?
That's a really good question. started out doing half consignment and half new.
Oh, okay.
And I also used to buy like overproductions, or they would say like past seasons where what a company didn't sell it all. And then I would get it at a good price and then I would resell it. Maybe I'd save it until the next season when it would actually be appropriate to put out, like that tank top or that summer dress. And I would do better pricing. And so I was kind of a 50-50. I started going to some fashion shows and getting certain things new, like jewelry, for instance. But I did that for a while. And then in 2003, I went to all new. And that was actually a really hard time for me. It went on for a few years. I didn't know the all new business. I was really struggling. And without getting into all the details, in 2008, the crash kind of happens. And I went, you know what, I'm going to do a little bit of consignment again. And I did like an 80-20. It was like 80% new because I'd had so many new brands. I figured out which were the best ones. And then I took in about 20% consignment. And then about 8 years ago, I went back to doing all new. And I've never looked back. Like, I have such a strong brand now, but it took 30 years to build it.
Totally.
Wow. That's a short story.
That's amazing. I love that. I love it. So can you say, where are your 4 locations and what has that growth looked like for you? And also, how did you choose these locations?
Oh my gosh, I love that. I love these questions. You have great questions.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, I right the month before COVID, I had it on my mind for a few years to open a second location, and I was going to do one in Sebastopol with somebody, and that fell through. And then I opened in Novato.
Great.
And that store was doing double the business of San Rafael just by opening a door. And this was the month before COVID. So I opened February 14th of 2020. And I wasn't even scared. When COVID hit, I was like, I have a gold mine here. I'll wait to reopen, and I have a whole story behind that. But Novato saved me through COVID.
Interesting.
And then I moved I'm like, I got to get the heck out of San Rafael because it's not the happening place. And being on a main street, I just would never be on a main street anymore.
Interesting.
I want to be near groceries and where there's free parking because
that makes sense.
Is huge. If people love your store and they know they can always find parking, they're going to come to you.
Yeah.
So for me, being in a mall where there's groceries and the parking is like my part of what is making me more successful.
Yeah.
And so I moved San Rafael to San Anselmo, and then I opened Mill Valley a year later, partly from my husband's nudging, and he actually helps me build them out. So he if you go into Abella, he has built every single cabinet, table, counter. The only thing he doesn't touch is the front table.
That's amazing.
His front table is always going to look different than everything else, and he makes the dress. He makes everything.
Wow.
So yeah, he's a builder, but I'm also a builder.
Yeah.
And
that's kind of fun for you too.
I know. Well, we actually get along really well.
Yeah.
I always say he only gets mad at me like 2 times during the whole project.
That's pretty good.
And it was usually over like one comment or one question. And otherwise we get along great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's pretty phenomenal. He's not a perfect man, but he's pretty awesome.
That's so cool.
So yeah. So we love building.
Yeah.
And I actually would love to open more locations, but this is my 60th year birthday this year.
Wow, how exciting.
And I'm going to have the year of fun.
Yes.
And I'm enjoying my stores. And then hopefully in the next couple of years, once Petaluma's really established, I'd like to go to Napa or...
That's great.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of open. So we'll see.
Oh, I love that. Very exciting. And I love hearing how you pick your location because, in my mind, I always think, like a downtown Main Street situation. But no, that's a very good point. And the parking is definitely, I'm sure, a very valid concern, especially because women don't have a lot of time to shop, like you mentioned. So then by the time you're trying to find parking and then you pay and all the things. Yeah, that's really interesting. I love that. So how do you want women to feel when they're shopping at Bella?
Oh, my goodness. I love hospitality. I love people. And I love hospitality, and I would love to think that anytime a woman comes into one of my stores, that the women that are behind the counter, they're not sitting down. They really care to find out like how they're doing, and are you looking for anything in particular? We have sort of taglines and things that we always want to ask. But mostly, I just want them to feel seen, that there's no pressure in our sales. Like, honestly, I think any woman should be able to come into a boutique and ask questions like what do you think would look good on me? Or, being able to tell us what it is they're even coming in for. A lot of times people just go, I just want to look.
Yeah.
I just want to see what you have.
Yeah.
And that's great.
Yeah.
We love that they've come in. But there's no pressure in our sales. We love to sell, and that's what we're there for.
Right.
But most importantly, I would love women to know that it does me no good and them no good if they bought something that they can't use.
Totally.
And are you going to feel good about Bella if it's sitting in your closet just collecting dust? No.
Right.
So honestly, I get compliments time and time again that people come in and say, the things that I buy from you are the things I get the most compliments on. They are, I believe that they're the things that make the customers the happiest.
Yeah.
And because I do really pride myself on the kind of buying that I do, because I've just searched the market over the years and found really good brands, and they wash well, and they're a good price, and they don't fall apart, and just, on and on it goes.
Yeah.
I'm practical. I'm pretty practical, actually. I have a
like
very
that.
small closet. People would
Do
probably.
you really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
so small.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I wear stuff a ton, and then for a season, and then pretty much I probably can't really wear that anymore.
Totally, because
I need to wear the newer stuff that just came in.
Yeah.
So I get rid of it.
I love it. Well, I know where you can shop. No.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's amazing.
I'll take note.
Yeah, right. One thing too that I was thinking with hospitality in your store, I mean, we'll talk about this a little bit. Well, we could talk about it now. I want to hear a little bit more about the parties that you do in your shops. And I'll say I hosted one. So much fun. But I'll say that hospitality was very much present. Like as soon as my guests walked in the door, your staff was writing their name down for the raffle, getting them a drink. Like it was really nice and fun and just easy as a host.
Well, honestly, I really appreciate you asking that question, because parties are the main way that I market my business.
Absolutely.
And there's so much power in a party. The way the parties work, there's a couple of different ways they can work. But the first and most foremost way is that when women come into the store and they, like yourself, came in, they connect with the employee or me, and they will say something. Usually they'll say something like, I really like the store, or, I love how you merchandise everything. Right. Whatever it is, if there's some enthusiasm to to our business, we usually, or I'd like to think, we would say, hey, would you like to have a party?
I mean, that's how it happened for me.
Okay. And so
I must have looked enthusiastic.
Yay, I know. You're like, you did it. And what I like to tell people is we do everything but provide the people. And I know people just need things to be easy. So we give them $100.
Yeah.
They will invite friends, but we make the invite. We do it all through email. It makes it really easy.
Yeah.
They can forward it to whoever they want to come. We say a 10-person minimum is ideal. But literally, if you invited like 500 people, we wouldn't even care.
Right.
Because we know most of those people probably aren't going to come. But we, the more people that hear about us, the better.
Yep.
And people win gift certificates that night. We give 10% off to everybody. We provide a signature cocktail called the Bella Rose, which is very special. And I came up with it myself. And wine, Prosecco, bubbly water, and a little charcuterie board. We make it simple for us, but it's really easy and pretty. And we always share the best sellers. And that is something I just started about a year ago. Because
that was fun. I learned a lot during that. Yeah,
there was a party I did, and this woman who's a doctor brought all her doctor friends in, and they weren't shopping at all. And I went, "Oh my gosh, what am I going to do?" Like, it was just kind of odd. Like, they weren't shopping, and then I just started. Yeah. I stopped the party to give the gift certificates, but then I shared the 10 bestsellers, and then they went crazy.
How funny.
They went absolutely nuts.
They just needed direction, probably.
I just realized like a light bulb went on, and I've been doing parties for 15 years.
How funny is that?
It's just odd. But you get better over time, right?
Totally.
It takes time.
Totally.
So there you go.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, so that definitely speaks to your hospitality. Also, one other thing I want to mention is I've probably done this too many times at this point. You guys are probably tired of me. But if you don't have my size of, especially of a jean, any kind of denim, like it's hard. You can't keep every size in stock. So luckily you have many locations and you get those jeans for me from whatever other one. And then I get that text message saying your jeans are in, you know? So I think that's super helpful too.
Yeah, it is a customer service aspect to Bella. We kind of treat the other stores as warehouses for not necessarily having every size, or if you sold out of one store in one size, another store might have it. So we transfer and we make that really. I don't want to be selling online because I want people to come in. Like, what's the point of having a brick and mortar store if you're turning people away from your store?
Right.
So so that's the one way we do it.
Yeah, that's amazing. What are some staple wardrobe pieces that you think every woman should own?
Well, one thing I would want everybody to be thinking about is the belt.
Yeah.
Because most women have shirts and jeans and dresses, but a lot of women either they don't have a lot of belts or they don't know how to use a belt. And belts are the most underutilized, underrated accessory. And it literally is like the cherry on the cupcake. It's just one of those things where it just finishes off an outfit. I mean, most everybody, wears an earring or a necklace or something, some kind of jewelry. Well, that belt is almost like a piece of jewelry, but it's even more than that. And I think some women might say, oh, I don't want a belt because I have a belly or I don't want to show a belly. Well, guess what? If you have a baggy shirt and you do a French tuck with that belt, you are drawing in the waist. And if you didn't already think like this, the hourglass shape is the most desirable shape in history, in all of mankind history. So wherever you can create that, the illusion of that, you are making your body just into that shape.
Yeah.
So I don't know how else I would want to say it. But basically, if you aren't belting your jeans, consider that. And we sell a lot of belts.
I bought a belt.
Really good ones.
It's very cute. Yeah. Like, what haven't I bought at this point?
Sweet.
That's adorable.
Thank you.
I love a belt on a dress too.
Well, and a lot of women don't do that. But honestly, we have so many good jean belts.
Yeah.
Just tons and lots of colors and well priced.
Yeah, definitely. That's amazing. So how has your personal style kind of influenced the brand, and how has your personal style changed over the years?
Oh, well, gosh, that's a great question. I love your questions. Personal style. Well, I think I had mentioned that not on this broadcast, but I used to be a little edgier. I did the Madonna white hair and I did the black hair, and
so fun.
I used to have spiky, really short hair, and I did a lot of different things. I had Doc Martens when Nordstrom's wasn't carrying them.
I love that.
So yes, I've been through. I'm definitely eclectic in my style. I would wear Doc Martens with like a white floral gunny sacks dress or something, I did that kind of thing. So I've always been like feminine, but with a little edge. So even like today, you can tell like jean is definitely a little bit more rugged, but I have like a feminine top with it and a piece of jewelry. So for me, I guess I like that. I like soft with rough, and I like, edgy with feminine, mixing it. I'm very eclectic. And so I also shop that way.
Yeah.
And for customers. So you'll see lacy things, but you'll also see like the rocker tee or, just big baggy, the big baggy jean like now, the full wide leg jean. I love variety.
That. It's funny when you describe that. I like flash back to my kids in their toddler years because we totally did floral dresses with Doc Martens. Back when I got a say in what they wore, that is how I dressed them. They were so cute. I'm going to have to find you photos. I like totally, one of my daughters had like bright teal, like metallic-y Doc Martens, and I had a total flashback. So anyways.
I was ahead of my time.
Yes, right. Or I was stuck in the past. I'm not sure which one.
That's good.
So what's been your most rewarding moment since you started Bella?
Wow. Well, gosh, rewarding probably have been in the last few years. I raised kids when I first opened my first location in 1996. I was dating my now husband. Wow. We got married within that couple of years and then started having kids. And I really committed to raising my kids and working part-time pretty much most of this 29 years.
Yeah.
And then about, 5 years ago when I opened Novato, my kids were, they're 19, 21, and 23. So they were like, driving and being able to kind of handle more stuff themselves. So opening Novato was like such an exciting time for me because I had kind of put that on hold all those years, a good 15-ish years or so, 20, maybe more. I don't know, long time. And then to be able to open more locations, I don't mind having lots of employees. I am the one who does the scheduling. I have a lot of help. I have a district manager, an operations manager, a CFO. My husband's the VP. Like, there's a big team behind me.
Awesome. Yeah.
But there's a lot of wonderful, creative, and hardworking people, and it's just been fun. Like, I seriously am having the time of my life.
So cool.
I love what I do.
I mean, it sounds fun to me. So
it really is. I get to go to work and just be around pretty things and nice people. And it's a lot of fun.
Although my closet would look bigger than yours, I think, because I would have a hard time not buying all of it myself.
Well, my husband says, you have a closet down on, that street.
There you go. That's hilarious. If you could go back and give yourself advice on day one, what would it be?
Oh, wow. A couple of things. Doing parties, number one.
Yeah.
Didn't do those for half of my, time that I've had Bella. So yeah, doing parties and putting jewelry out on tables for sure. 100%. I sell so much more by doing that. And gosh, I don't know. I mean, really those couple of things. I mean, we gift wrap, but I think I was doing that all along. I have had a lot of things in place all these years that I have done. But no, I honestly, the jewelry was a big game changer for me. And I didn't always have as much. Yeah. And I would have tables with a few things on it and then things wouldn't sell. And I had an employee, just real smart gal, say to me, why doesn't anything sell on that table? And I go, that's a good question. Like, let's figure this out. And slowly she, with, my help, just said, hey, what if we sold more of this? And what if we put it out? And, it was interesting. She was her name's Tina. She doesn't work with me anymore, but she asked good questions and I answered those questions. And it's really interesting to me how you can go so long and just not see something.
Totally.
And then it takes somebody to even pose the question that I then had to ask myself. And I just realized I was a solution, I'm solution based, but if I didn't even have the question, then I didn't think of the solution. So that was really huge. And and I wished it had been asked years before.
Right. But it's amazing too that you were open to it. Like you were listening to your employee.
Oh, I totally listen. Because I'm always like, I want to be better.
Totally.
I think you can always get a little better and a little better. I never want to stay status quo ever.
Yep.
So
that's awesome. Well, that speaks to you for sure.
Thanks.
So, and I'm glad you had that employee too, because what a game changer.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Kind of coming off work a little bit. What are 3 fun facts about you personally?
Ooh. Oh gosh. I love a good cocktail. I love making cocktails, actually.
So fun.
I'm not an alcoholic, but I would there's something creative about it. I think it all happened during COVID that I had a friend that's how I came up with the signature cocktail, which is gin with pink grapefruit tonic water and fresh lime.
Delicious.
And it is all amazing.
Yeah.
If you don't like gin, you can do vodka, but I always provide it at my parties and it's always a hit.
Yeah.
It's very few people that don't like it.
Yep.
Or just don't like gin. So they're like, I don't want it. I don't want that. Fun facts. I have traveled about 45,000 miles in an RV with my family over the years.
So cool.
We've had to be frugal.
Yeah.
I wasn't raised with money and I've worked really hard for what I have, but my husband and I, he's a very spontaneous guy and I'm a very spontaneous gal. And we've bought and traveled. Our first RV was like the Jed Clampett of all RVs and it wasn't even ours. My husband literally had to put like $2,500 into it just to get it running. And we went 10,000 miles in this, but I'll tell you, we got all the way to the East Coast and I remember looking out over the ocean, the Atlantic, and he said, I think I might have to rebuild the engine because there's something really wrong with it.
Oh gosh.
And he put this stuff called like Rizaline into the engine and we got 5,000 miles back. Like it was a miracle. But we have had a lot of adventures and my kids, they have been to, over 40 states.
Wow.
And we've seen a lot of stuff. And it's a lot of time, a lot of really good quality time with my family. Literally 2 to 3 months out of every year. Because my husband was a teacher and I was a self-employed business owner and I could just take off when I wanted.
That's great.
So I would say those are the couple of top.
I love that.
I love
that. That's so special. Is there anything else I might have missed that you would like listeners to know?
I would love people to know we do fundraisers. The party can also be a fundraiser. I missed getting a chance to tell you that.
Yes, that's a great
idea. I will
idea.
give anybody, you come into my store, I will give you a $500 valued party that you can share at an auction. You can, any of my employees know this, but if you have any questions, just take my card, email me, call me. I will give parties away.
Fun.
We have the flyer, like the invite flyer, whatever you want to call it, already made up. So I can just shoot it to the person.
And they can put it.
They can put it in the gala, in the auction.
My school's is in a few weeks, so I'm gonna
take it. I can give it to you right now. Right after this podcast. So we do that, and it works very similar to the regular party that I told you about, but the buyer gets $200 in merchandise credit, not $100.
That's amazing.
And they are, in a sense, having this party for their friends, but we'll give gift certificates away. Everybody gets a 10% off and all the drinks and food. And the way that is about $500.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And for us, it's just more marketing.
Yep.
And so that, and then if people just want to do a fundraiser where it's like, I just want to take 10% of the sales and we'll give that to the school or the foundation, we do that.
Dine and donate, but
so we can do it so many different ways. You can also pay to play. So if they want to charge $25 to come and you got 40 people and then that 25 times 40, that all goes.
Yeah.
And I don't see any of that.
Right.
I'm just providing the party.
Yeah, that's great.
And then we'll also do the invite. So there's so many different ways we can host.
Yeah.
And think about that.
Totally.
And if you like Bella, the best thing you could ever do for us is just invite your friends into the environment, and then we can shine at what we do so well. We're very, being in, you also realize you could say, there's some really unique things about Bella. Like we put everything in cabinet by color.
Right.
So you can just go to the colors you love.
I was telling people that before my party because I was trying to describe the store. Yes.
And it's very intentional the way it's very uniquely merchandised. There are no other stores like it as far as I know.
Totally.
And the way the tables are merchandised with jewelry, and then there's a jean bar, and we have the shelves for the accessories that go with that particular color scheme. So it's very intentional.
Yes, it's beautiful too.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love that. Well, that's amazing. So where can my listeners find you if they want to shop? Like your locations and your website and your social. What would that be?
Okay. Well, are your listeners mainly in Sonoma County?
Yes.
Okay.
We have some in Marin as well, though.
Oh, okay, great.
That.
Okay, good. So in Sonoma County, I'm at East Washington Place. So if you're at Target, you just turn right. If you look to your right, Bella is in big halo letters. So yes, you definitely want to come in 10 to 6 Monday through Saturday, 12 to 5 on Sunday. Only closed like Easter and Christmas and the major holidays.
Yeah.
But we're open 7 days a week otherwise, and we are also at the Pacheco Plaza in Novato, which is an amazing. That's our flagship store, and it's where we do all our processing for all the stores, and then we transfer to all the different locations from that store. So that store gets you should see the boxes that came into that store today. I broke them down. It was like fun. A lot. But anyway, but then Bon Air Shopping Center is amazing. It's right off the freeway in Greenbrae. That is an amazing mall.
Yeah.
There are so many good places to check out there. So if you haven't checked out food or it's a big mall and it's been around for years, and they're really wonderful owners. Good owners. They really take care of their mall. And then the last one is Strawberry Village. Which is, you can't see it from the road, but if you're looking at the Safeway and Starbucks, it's like go down that road. It's like a little frontage, it's like an alleyway almost but you can drive down it, and we're on the left side, and it's next to Skin Spirit, which is like a facial and all of that type of stuff. But Hot Yoga Republic just opened there.
Great.
Tartine's opening up there.
Delicious.
So we're gonna have have some cool stuff happening or is happening. And I'd love for people to check us out.
Great. That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
it's awesome.
Happy to.
I really appreciate it.
Yes. Well, thank you for listening.
If you like what you hear, please be sure to like and subscribe, learn more about Sonoma County and all that we have to offer here.